Hello everyone, myself Tejal Khandelwal. We at Level Up IS just want to bring an introduction to you about political science and international relations as an optional for the UPSC CSE exam. Alright, there are many curious students who always call me up and ask me to what extent political science is a viable optional, okay, in the examination. And in order to address these basic queries, okay, that you have pertaining to the viability of political science, I am just giving you a brief introduction, okay. So, firstly, before moving on to how it is as an optional, let's analyze what is the meaning, okay, of political science as a discipline, all right, and what does it concern, okay. Okay, so what is the central concern of political science as a discipline? Okay, it concerns about the interplay of power and the interplay of power between the state and the citizens and between different state, okay, in the external dimensions. All right. Now, it also is about how, state exercises its authority over the citizens and how different concerns like rights, equality, justice are met, okay, within the sphere of the state and also in certain external concerns or external dimensions. All right. Political science also provides us a comparative analysis, all right, about political systems, about political behaviors of different groups, right, of citizens, of parliamentarians, and the political culture, right, that eventually shapes the working of the political system within a country. Okay. So yes, it is actually an idea-based discipline. What do you mean by idea-based discipline? Idea-based discipline means there is a kind of dialectics, right? There is a kind of dialectics that is operating. And what is this dialectics about? Okay, this dialectics is about how there is a proposition in the form of thesis. Okay, to this comes an antithesis in another idea, and then eventually there is a synthesis. But do we stop here? Okay, so the synthesis that we have arrived can again become a new basis for a thesis, and the cycle goes on and on. So there are different ideas, there are different perspectives, different scholars share different opinions on the same subject matter. All right. So yes, political science is largely concerning about such kind of things, right? And with respect to us as an optional, it also we have dealt a lot with international relations, right? At bilateral levels between one state and another, at regional levels as regional groupings, how in a region different states are coordinating, cooperating with each other, and also at the multilateral levels means how states in a globe, okay, how do they interact with each other, what are the mechanisms, what are the institutions, okay, what is the kind of network, what are the issues, what are the kind of problems they are facing in common, and how they arrive at decision making, how they arrive at consensus, how they exercise power and influence in this external sphere. All right. So yes, this is about the basic understanding of pol science. Now, let's analyze why we should take political science as an optional. Now, before moving on to making your decision about any optional, all right, first shortlist the optionals that somewhere interest you, because optional is like a marriage which cannot be broken. Okay, it will be very difficult to depart from an optional, right, and then take another optional, rework that optional. So it actually makes your cycle very complex and obviously time taking. So before moving on to decision, you should not be very quick. Take a good 5, 10 days, 15 days time, go through different syllabus, go through different questions, past year questions which have been uploaded on the UPSC website, and then you should come, okay, to a decision whether which optional is good. pertaining to PSIR, okay, if somewhere there is some curiosity, right, that can be generated in you because of, the subject matter, okay, or the constituents of the syllabus in PSIR, then certainly you should take it as an optional. All right. Then eventually we all know that we are here to crack an exam and become an IAS officer, right? So since that is a very important motto pertaining to the, we have to look at in a competitive edge, what is the success rate of political science vis-a-vis the other optionals. So if we look at, political science, it has been consistently performing very well, and there have been very good rankers, okay, and top ranks that are there because of political science, right? Then one very important dimension in this exam is that we have very less time, okay, and in this less time we have so much to cover. So how do we do things? So any optional that you choose, it is very good for you and it will lead to a very optimum level of preparation, okay, if it has a huge overlap with your GS as well as essay. Right now, if you look at political science as an optional, if I analyze all the papers of GS, right? So there is direct marks conversion, right? There is direct marks conversion that you will see in political science. All right. Now, first we look at GS paper 1, right? So world history, modern history, okay, all that you will be studying is also important for political science, and the analysis, okay, the perspectives that you will form, right, after understanding the politics of at this particular period of time, okay, will enable you to do what? So if you understand the politics in this era, then yes, even understanding the historical events, the reasoning behind them will become very easy, right? The society aspect, so yes, history, there is overlap. The society aspect, okay, also there is overlap because of dimensions like caste, secularism. These concepts have been continuously asked, okay. Now even in geography, right, there is actually not a direct link, but sometimes important issues like South China Sea, some border dispute with neighbors is asked, and that also we study in political science. So you see how studying political science has helped your paper 1, and there is direct conversion of marks if you witness it. All right. Now coming to paper 2, okay, so we know the entire paper, okay, be it the constitution part, Indian polity part, okay, governance and its dimensions, because every governance that is operating within a paradigm, okay, there is a thought behind what is guiding governance within a country, okay. So obviously whatever you will be understanding in political science, the current trends, the current analysis, all these examples, this understanding will enable you to interpret paper 2 questions in a more better way than a non-political science student, okay, because we have seen that paper 2 questions are very applied, okay. Since they are so much application based, it is very important that you interpret the meaning of what has been asked very clearly. If you have understood the meaning of the question, okay, the underlying basis and the fundamentals of what has been actually asked, then it will make your job very easy to write a better answer vis-a-vis your other students, okay. Then obviously IR, we know that there is complete overlap, right? Now coming to paper 3, okay. So yes, pertaining to security, border disputes and other things that you will be doing, security is a very important topic in political science also. So if you understand the concept of security very well, that we understand in political science, then it will enable you to understand, okay, the whole working of these mechanisms also in a more better way. All right. And paper 4, ethics, okay. So the thinkers, right, direct thinkers, and their quotes are directly asked, just that there is ethical dimension, and we know that political science is also a normative discipline. It concerns about ethics also, it concerns about different moral values. So what helps you understanding the thought, the Western political thought, Indian political thought, different ideals, different values will help you to understand ethics in a more better fashion. All right. Now we're pertaining to essay. Okay. So we see that every year there is one topic which is directly from political science. One topic directly from political science. There has not been a UPSC paper which does not have a topic which has direct overlap with the subject. Okay. So yes, that kind of an understanding obviously helps you better. Then helps at all three stages of the examination. Okay. So we know that now even in the preliminary, there are very good conceptual questions. Okay. They are asking what is liberty, liberty in Indian context. Okay. They are asking, what is parliamentary form of government. If you have pol science, then even the two options in which you are left, which become a little confusing for some students, it will be these questions will be cakewalk for you. Okay. Right. So in the prelims also, right, the polity questions, the conceptual questions, they are also asking the similarities between Marx and Gandhi. Okay. So yes, this kind of questions with political science will help you a lot. Then also, yes, in the mains, I have already shown to you how in GS, how in essay, how in the option itself, this subjects enables you to perform better than the rest. And there cannot be an interview which doesn't ask you IR questions. Very rare that some students will not get an IR question. So yes, it will all help you. It will in fact change the nuance of your answering also. There will be a lot of maturity in which the way you will approach. You will have a thought process, a more structured thinking, okay, because of political science pertaining to your giving answers even in the interview. So yes, it helps at all three stages of the examination. Right. Now, one very common doubt, okay, that students have is that, ma'am, we are, not from a humanities background. Okay, let me tell you, this subject is actually such a subject that anybody, it's not natural sciences, right? Natural sciences always need some formulaic understanding, some background. But the beauty, okay, of social sciences and humanities is that you as a person should only connect. Now, be it political thought, you have to connect with the person. Okay, why Marx is saying something? What is the thought process behind it? Why relations are operating in such way? Why caste is so prominent in India? Why not in the other world? Okay, why in developing world? Why? This kind of a question and curiosity, okay, that you observe around things around you, that will actually help you to, have interest in the subject and perform in a more better manner. And let me tell you, okay, be it whatever optional, the result of an optional depends on how the student takes the optional, be it vast or be it short, okay, and how you approach it as a student. If I am given public administration, if I am given sociology, or if I am given PSIR, whichever optional I am given, okay, it is me, myself, and my approach and my strategy which will make me cover it in a better manner, right? So that's what we don't have myths about your background, science background, commerce background, doesn't matter. All right, we are here, you get the right guidance, you get the right resources, you get the right approach and a very directional and focused thinking, okay, and you are through the process. Okay. Now, there are obviously some myths that are associated when it comes to UPSC, be it on the preparation, okay, or be it with respect to pertaining to the optional, okay. So, myths associated with PSIR. So, what is the most common myth? Yes, I just broke it, is educational background. Okay, so whatever educational background you have doesn't matter. Okay, if your approach is correct, if you are following the right person, if you have the right guidance, you have the right resources, you know how to do an optimum level of study, you know how to approach the question, you rework your answer writing. Trust me, your educational background will not be a matter. Engineers perform so well in political science, all right? So yes, it is more about the interest. It's a vast subject. Is because you study it in silos. Okay, if you look at anything, okay, as an end in itself, then trust me, every option is vast. What is it that you have to change? You have to interlink concepts. Like what you study in political science, you apply it in paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, essay. What you study over there, you apply in political science. Okay, what you study in section A of political science, you apply in other sections and other questions of the syllabus. So you have to consolidate. Okay, but एक बार अगर मैंने caste पढ़ लिया, right, I have understood caste. Now I will, in society, I will write it differently. In pol science, the question is asked, I will write it differently. Okay, the fundamental concept is same, but just from a sociological perspective, it will vary. From political science perspective, it will vary, right? So this smartness you will have to apply to link concepts, to consolidate things, to make right files in order to study the subject in the most stipulated period of time. Okay, and then it will not be vast. It is vast because you study in silos. एक बार पॉल साइंस के लिए आईआर पढ़ लिया, पेपर 2 का आईआर तैयार है, प्रीलिम्स का आईआर तैयार है, इंटरव्यू का आईआर तैयार है. इस तरीके से if you will approach, then things will be easy. So the idea of vast subject is a myth. Too many scholars to memorize. Okay, now there is a way of doing these things. Too many scholars are there. Okay, every subject, since it is social sciences, there are people who have studied on these particular topics. तो उनका contribution का value तो हमें करना पड़ेगा. But how we can make our job easier pertaining to the UPSC examination? All right. So what is it that we will have to do? Now, whenever you are studying a topic, okay, right, have key 4 thinkers associated with that topic. Okay, or 5 or 6. 4 to 6 thinkers, you know, right? Now, ensure that these 4 to 6 thinkers are the prominent names that you will surely mention if any question of that particular topic is coming. Rajni Kothari, we will write in caste, okay, right? Such kind of things. Whenever there is post-colonial perspective, the Gunar Medal we had to write, okay? So, if you have 4-5 scholars on every particular topic, and then it will become a part of your system. So you make a kind of a synopsis that ये topic आएगा तो ये नाम लिखने ही लिखने, and then surely this job will become easy. With period, if you revise it multiple times, they are men, okay, and we always know who is talking what. We know, you know, what is our neighbor talking, right? So we know what someone else has told us about something. Similarly in political science, किस आदमी ने किस topic पे क्या कहा, कितनी आसान बातें याद करना. Nothing difficult in it, okay, right? Now, another myth is not to draw diagrams in theory, all right? So there are a lot of, you know, monotonous way of writing answers in political science that students adopt, and they are doing this for years, okay? But we are looking at it more innovatively from a more fresh idea. So don't think that, you know, we don't draw diagrams in theory. 10 साल पहले यूपीएससी के एग्जाम में कोई भी डायग्राम नहीं बनाता था, ज्योग्राफी में कोई मैप्स नहीं बनाता था, जीएस में किसी एक स्टूडेंट ने उसको शुरू किया, and today see there is a rush for doing things. So you be that innovator, okay, be that leader to do things differently. Don't follow one, you know, herd, okay? So yes, we can draw diagrams in theory, and very much if you look at the standard books, be it Andrew Haywood, okay, and even those scholars are in theory concepts, in IR concepts, drawing diagrams. Then why can't we draw in UPSC? UPSC always appreciates innovation, always appreciates change. It always appreciates dynamic thinking. So don't get rigid कि pol science में सिर्फ लिखना है, monotony way में. No, we make it fresh, we make it more innovative, right? And yes, IR is vast. No, IR is not vast. You just have to structure IR, okay, in certain dimensions, be it geopolitical, geo-economic, okay, geostrategic, from the economic cooperation, from political cooperation, from trade, from investment. These dimensions are same. Just with every relation, it will vary. फिगर्स थोड़े से वेरी करेंगे, थोड़ा हिस्ट्री चेंज होगा हर रिलेशन में। तो IR वास्ट नहीं है, आपके पढ़ने का तरीका स्ट्रक्चर्ड नहीं। ओके, now let's look at the success rate with PSIR. Okay, in 2013 it was 6.51%. Okay, in 2014 it was 6.3, in 15 6.9, in 16 8.8, in 17 9.4. So there has been a continuous upward trajectory. There has not been here that the subject has led to downfall if the student has approached it correctly. Okay, so yes, this itself speaks that why you should adopt political science. Okay, now since some students want to take coaching, some students don't want to take coaching, they want to study by their own. So all ideas have their pros, have their cons. All right, so whichever path you are taking, be it with coaching or without coaching, all right, ensure that your direction is correct. Your direction is exam oriented. Okay, we are not here to become research scholars, and we are not here to become copy paste materials. Okay, right, that एक notes पढ़ लिया बस मेरा पेपर, मेरा तो पॉल साइंस हो गया, नहीं, until you process the right thinking, trust me, it will be difficult. Okay, so yes, how we look at political science at Level Up IS, be it our test series program, okay, or DAM, anything, or the foundation course that we will launch, anything, right, we are looking at things very differently. Now, so firstly, I do not believe in teaching. Okay, I believe in training. Means, how is teaching different from training? All right, so teaching is only imparting you certain knowledge, but training is what? Training is seeing to what extent you have applied that knowledge in the framework of the question. Okay, monitoring your daily work, evaluating your answers, giving you feedback, seeing whether you are studying in the right direction. Is your thinking process moving in the right direction? Are you not referring to unnecessary book sources which are not required for the exam? Okay, so the vigilance mechanism that a teacher holds upon the students, okay, actually determines its success. If it was only about reading notes, if it was only about reading books, then trust me, many students, okay, who read notes, who read textbooks would have become IAS. No, it is about to what extent you have made the subject your own, how much you have internalized it. Okay, that will actually determine your success. Then, clarity of concepts and focus on better application. So it's not only about having clarity, it is how well you link the theory and the practical aspects, the current examples, and to what extent the clarity that you got in your understanding shows on your paper real time. Okay, that is what is our focus. Then, previous year questions are Bible. I have always considered, okay, be it as a student or be it as a teacher, right, that previous year questions are your key to understand the examiner, to understand the approach and mindset of the examiner, what the examiner exactly demands, right? So it's very important that you do previous year questions with every topic. If you are doing test series and not doing the previous year questions, trust me, you are operating in a disguise of success. You are in an illusion that without analyzing previous year questions, dimensions of that, themes of the previous year question, that you will crack UPSC. Trust me, students, you are in an illusion. Okay, PYQs are the first thing while your preparation itself that you should solve. And after you are done with your PYQs, while you are studying, then you do a test series, okay, that will help you to, anticipate other themes that you don't study, okay, that can appear in the exam. The examiner has not asked. that last 2 years theory questions are also not repeated. The examiner is asking different themes from which it has not touched over years. Ambedkar's ideas on constitutionalism, UPSC has never asked. Okay, right to property, it has never asked, but it is asking, which means examiner is going beyond your monographic sources. Okay, then flowcharts, innovation, all right, in the way, it's very important. I think it just changes the way you approach, changes the way you write, very, very much required, all right. And yes, handouts also, you should have consolidated preparation, whatever you are studying, okay. Have a handout of that particular theme, have the past year's questions attached with that particular theme, so that it becomes easy to revise, easy to consolidate, easy to apply. This period time between prelims and mains is decreasing if you do not do a structured preparation prior to your preliminary. It becomes very difficult to revise in those 70-80 days period that is given to you, okay. So if students have any doubt, they can contact us at Level Up IAS, and you can take guidance from us. We will help you to the best way possible we can at any point of time in your preparation, be it prior to your recent attempt or your later attempts, okay, or if your marks are not getting improved, all right. So call us, and yes, we are here for you, okay. So thank you so much, students. I hope you understood the basics of political science as an optional for the UPSC. Thank you very much. All the very best.